All right, welcome back to another live recorded video. Let's look here at the ES futures. Looking at the last few days, we have been making these lower lows and lower highs to the downside, breaking structure. And moving into from yesterday's trading session into today, pretty much we have made a high, higher low, breaking higher. So we didn't take out these lows right here, all right, when we came to the downside and made this higher low here. So right now we're kind of pushing to the upside here. A little bullish this morning on the ES futures. There was a counter trend short from this area here. This was a breaker structure coming lower off the ES. That's why I have it marked up. It did wick above the area, but didn't close and break and close above the area. So the market did reject that around about 4:20, 4:30 this morning. That was during the London session. Okay, so then it pulled back. We bounced off of this low probability demand area right here. So we may push higher here. I'm looking to see if it is going to break above 53.71 and maybe get a pullback. This would be a breaker structure above that area. Be a minor breaker structure, but still, I'm looking to see if we can possibly get some type of break above this area. Now, that's the ES. We all know that it kind of moves slow. So right now, nothing quite going on there. Let's look over at the Nasdaq now. Nasdaq kind of following suit with the ES, last few days, bearish direction up until yesterday around, right before the market closed at 3:30. When the market closed, before the market closed, I should say, but around 3:30, the market broke above these highs here. So we got to push to the upside here. It did pull back after breaking these highs. So I made highs, higher lows, pushing higher. So this is, a reversal here in the market pretty much. And now around about 3 something this morning London time, made a low, lower high, making these lower highs, not breaking these highs here. So pushing to the downside right now. There is a supply zone here on the 120 range chart. So looking to see if it's going to maybe possibly tap that area, but we got to be careful. As of right now, this is a supply area in which it could reject from. So just waiting to see what happens there. But right now, not much going on. So I'm just going to kind of hold tight on those two markets. And we have this right here is a major breaker structure, and then we have a major right here. So as the market was coming down, it pulled back, pushed lower, creating this major breaker structure right here. It hasn't taken it out yet though, but I'm just showing you that it could, maybe possibly, but I'm not sure what the market's going to do. It could come down and take out these major lows down here. So I'm waiting to see what happens. I'm going to scale down to the 60 range chart. There is a demand zone resting right here off of the 60 range. So I'm not quite sure. It seems to be a low probability zone on the 120, but on the 60 range is high probability. So I'll keep that in mind right there just to kind of see. I'm not saying that it will come on down here, but right now looking at the direction on the 60 range comparison to the 120 right now is showing that, okay, we just broke above these areas here, but that's just the first push to the upside here. So I'm looking to see what is, will it make pretty much, a lower high and then break to the upside. I'm sorry, a higher low and then break to the upside there on the 120. But let's see what takes place. So now on the Nasdaq, I'm looking to see, okay, it's making a higher low here. I'm looking to see if it'll break to the upside. Okay, it's actually pushed a little lower here, so I'm not sure what it's going to try to do in this area here. I'm down on the 60 range chart right quick. May take a quick scalp here. I'm not sure. It did tap this little demand zone here on the 60. So let's see. Yeah, let's kind of wait and see what happens here. It may push lower and kind of break through this area. So again, this is a low probability zone on the 120. I will say that. Okay, I'm going long. I'm just going to scalp this real quick, to be honest with you. Need to put a stop in place. Come on, go up there. Don't do that. I need to move my stop let me, too far back. There we go. Come on. The market's a little volatile right now, so I want to see it go up here and hit this area here. I may bring it down 102 ticks right there. There we go. Got filled. Okay. Close that position out right there. I'm not sure how much that was for before I go back and take a look at it. So I think it was somewhere between, say, 26 on up here to almost 20 points, maybe 18 points right there. Somewhere in there, I believe. I have to go back and take a look at it. But quick scalp there off this small little demand zone off the 60 range chart right here. The market broke above these highs here. So this was the push to the upside where it broke structure above these highs right here. Again, I mentioned that this was a low probability demand zone on the 120, but on the 60 it was a high probability zone. I'll talk about that in videos. And but you gotta be careful here, paying close attention to price action, because this is a supply area right here coming to the downside, as you can see. So be very, very careful. And you can push higher, maybe test up in here too, but I just scalped it back up in here for a quick couple points right there. All right, so looking at that, that was actually for 15 points right there in this area here before it rejected and pushed lower. So looking to see what's going to take place here back on the 120 range chart. Let's see. So it's pulled back, it's making a higher low right now. Okay, maybe it's going to break up and make a new high here. So, you know, let's see what takes place. Now on the GC, the gold, there is a, let me see if this is a supply zone. Okay, that's low probability supply zone. Yeah, there's a low probability supply zone on the gold futures right here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would take that because it being low probability, but you know, see what happens if it gets back there and reacts at it. But right now on gold, I mean, if we're looking at actually, you know, in a bearish little channel to the downside right now. So yeah, I'd be looking for pullbacks for, you know, to go short from off of gold, then looking for opportunities to go long. So just be careful. Right now the market is pushing lower. Let's see if there was, yeah, this may have been that's low probability. Yeah, that was a low probability supply zone right here. Okay, when it came down and broke below this low right here, so that could have been taken back to the downside. But yeah, let's just wait it out. I mean, gold is not really doing too much. Scaling down, looking at some other lower base charts here, as you can see. Yeah, so gold, I've said this in the past, when it gets to around about 10:30 time frame, I'll say that for sure, gold gets really slow. So if you really have an interest in trading gold, it's one of those markets to trade in the off sessions, maybe Asian into London, and then pre-market before the US session opens up. That's when you're going to find most of the movement, because you can see it right here on the this is 60, I mean, this is 30 range chart right here. You can see it, you know, into the overnight session. Then when we start getting into around where we're at now, it starts to get real sluggish. So yeah, so on the Nasdaq, we're really you know, pushing to the downside here. We were bullish, but now we're back bearish. There's a major low resting right here. We also have this major high here. So let me see here, and there is also another major high resting here. So just be very, you know, be careful on how you're trading. I'll be looking for just opportunities for shorts on the Nasdaq as we speak right now. Just scaling down right quick. Scaling down. Yeah, Nasdaq is really pushing to the downside here, as you can see. Let's see here. All right, so this is a supply area right here. We broke below this area structure here, so I'm looking to see maybe if we can come back and test this. It's on the 120 range right here, and then kind of moving down, looking to see if we have an area in which the market could, let's go down to the 24. All right, so right here in this area right here, let me relook at this right quick. 400. Okay. Make sure I got this marked up. Okay, it's coming right to it right now. So let's wait and see what happens here as we get to the zone, because it could definitely react at this area here. And I may take a, I think I'm a little too late on it now. Okay. Oh, I don't have my chart trader on. All right. I'm going to take a quick scalp here. Oh, that quick. I was trying to put my stop loss in, but I can put my stop loss above this area right here at 355, but it came on down and hit my my TP real quick. Little swing right here, demand area. So I got in a little late. I should have got in here at 350 and then taken it on down here to 337. All right, so it did fill me real quick. I was going to put my stop real quick on the back end here at 355, but it already had hit my area. Again, this is a supply zone on the 120. All right, and then just moving down to the 24 range. Let me do this first. And I'm pretty sure I got my over 20 some points today. So all charts, I think that was for like 7 or 8 points right there. I have to go back and take a look at it. Quick scalp though, but there was a supply zone resting right here. Make sure I got this marked up 100% to the tick. Okay, so right here there was a supply zone that it tapped into on the 24. Right here, you see it right there. All right, so waiting for the rejection there. 350 was where I want to get in at, and I wanted to take it on down to this area here. This is a little small area of demand right here, so you have to be very careful because they will bounce in these areas right here. Okay, this is an area of demand right there. All right, so demand can act as an area of support just as well. So all right, so that trade there is done. Let's take a look. All right, so that was actually for 9 points on that trade right there on the Nasdaq. Okay, I'm gonna put this into, let's make it yellow outlined, and there we go. That way I can see it across all charts. All right, so that was the supply area. Broke below this area here. Broken minor area structure right here to the downside. Pull back. Key area supply. Now it can react off of this area right here on the 120 and get a candle to the downside. Just be careful that if it does, it may just come down and test maybe this area here around about 300, let's say 303, 304, somewhere in that area there. It could more so, but yeah, so this might be it for me today. I'm pretty sure, because that was how many points was it on the first? The first one was 15 points and this one was 9, so right at 24 points for the day. All right, so that's going to do it for me today. Trading 2 trades. And the first one was a long entry off the Nasdaq, which was around this area right here, around about, I think it was about 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock. And then my second one was off this short going off of the supply zone right here. So, what I did on the Nasdaq here, again, this was a low probability on the 120, but when I scaled down to my 60 range. I'll pull it up right quick. Right here, you can see that it was a high probability zone on the, first of all, let me make sure I got this marked up correct. Sorry about that. All right. It came down and tapped this area right here. This was a high probability on the 60 range right there. Okay, so this was 60 range. Supply zone right there. All right, and I don't know if it was, whoops. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm doing here. Just again, it's multi-chart confluence is all I'm doing. Trading, looking for confluence on 2 charts. Let's put that on all charts there. And if I move down, yeah, nothing on the 24 right there. So yep. So my confluence was off the 120, okay? Broke structure to the upside above this area here, and it broke above this area here. Okay, came back. There was a beautiful 60 range demand zone, okay, going long on the 60 range, okay? So Again, high probability right here on the 60 range. But that's all I have, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the videos as you always do. Just want to kind of do a live recorded session today, covering my trades. And hopefully you guys found some value in these videos. If so, please make sure to drop a like on the channel by clicking the thumbs up button. If you are interested in joining the Discord, the link is down in the description portion of the video. It's free. If you want to become a elite channel supporter or member, there's another link right below the Discord link. It's only $6.99 a month. So what you receive with that are all the trade breakdown videos where I'm posting these trades that I take over on our Discord. Meaning I'll post my entries. I'll go back. For those that are part of the elite channel supporter group, I break down the trades in detail so that you can understand the setups yourself, covering stop loss placement, profit target areas, structure. Market structure is extremely important, so you have to master that just as well. So there are like tons of those trade breakdown videos, and the reason why I do that, they're very educational for individuals. It gives you an idea and a basis of why I take these trades, so you can look for similar setups yourself. But outside of that, again, like I said, it's all educational. You can go back and back test and forward test it yourself. I can't guarantee anything to anyone. I'm going to tell you that now because, my perspective of how I read the markets and see them may be completely different than how you see them. And like they always say, trade what you see. So again, the link is down in the description portion of the video. You also get a great video that I covered surrounding market structure and the video playlist as well if you want to become an elite channel supporter. It's only $6.99 a month. That's like 24 to 25 cents a day. That's all it is. So just think about it in reference to the price that you may pay for a cup of coffee, all right, every single day. Okay, this is something that may be game changing or change the way you look at the markets and possibly change, the way it can help you make some additional money, possibly if you want to start trading the future markets for only $6.99 a month. Okay. Outside of that, guys, I appreciate it. If you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and sub by clicking on the sub button down below, and make sure to turn your post notifications on by clicking the bell. Take care. I'll see everyone in the next video.